Yeah, I mean the biggest thing for us is it allows us to get back to our base defense and really the soundness of our defense, who goes where and what gaps are supposed to fit, and all those little things. Some of the things that we didn't really get a chance to correct after the Mary game. So that's good. It still comes down to, if you're going to have success defensively, you still got to be able to play the run and do it successfully. And for us, we've got a lot of young pups that have to keep learning every week, and so it'll be a challenge, but it'll be good to get back to doing what we do naturally.
What's important to get the guys off to a better start early in games?
Well, I mean, it's really it's intrinsic motivation, really. It's a loud pump-up speech before the game that kind of wears off by the time you go from the locker room to the field, anyways. So the guys need to be ready to go on their own. We've got 11 games to play. So if you waste one, now you're down to 10, and we only have 7 left. And so we've got to be able to have that energy coming out, not worry who we play, just come out and enjoy playing for each other and being good teammates.
Offensively, did you like what your team accomplished last week? Ben led you in rushing again. Are you kind of trying to narrow that gap a little bit, get that back a little bit more touches and more yards?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got ourselves caught playing behind the chains a little bit on Saturday, where we weren't really able to establish the run game like we wanted to and be able to consistently pound the football. We took a lot of negative plays, and so once we did, we kind of got ourselves caught into having to throw ourselves back into positive field position. So I don't like the negative plays that we had. I think we did some good positive things. I think there was a lot of mistakes that we can learn from and that we need to learn from, where we can protect our quarterback better, where we're able to catch the balls that we need to catch, especially on third down, and be able to open the running holes. I mean, so there's a lot of things that we're still working on that we got to get better at. But every week is a step forward, and we just want to make sure we don't take too many steps backwards.
How pleased were you with Kaiwan and Jamal's old spot on defense?
I thought Kaiwan Owens did a great job stepping in. He's a fifth-year senior, made his first start, and I thought he played phenomenal. I had him recorded at 16 tackles and graded out at 90%. Was very steady for us, and put ourselves in the right position all the time. Didn't necessarily make every single play. But I think that we were in the position to make the play, and that was a huge first step. And he's old enough and mature enough. There were no jitters of playing. I mean, he did a great job for us.
After Saturday, you said you had to shrink the defensive playbook. Can you kind of explain more of the reasoning behind that? Is that something you guys have to do moving forward?
No, it was just because of playing Crookston and their triple option stuff. We were trying to find, we had about 5 or 6 calls that we knew that we were going to call against them to try to dictate their option in terms of were they going to give it to the fullback, the quarterback, or the pitch. And so we were kind of going into it trying to really determine what they were going to do. And they didn't, their quarterback didn't always stay true to those reads, so we had to get ourselves into something that was a little bit more stable, that we our guys felt more comfortable playing in. The fits were more natural and those type of things. So we trimmed it down to really about 3 calls until we could get them to third down, and then we were able to change up a little bit about what we were doing. I think it was more for the situation we were in, as opposed to the state of mind of our defensive guys. It was just we were having more success with a couple calls, and a couple other calls were kind of going against us that we just kind of had to throw out. I think going into this week, playing a different style offense, we've got to come up with our game plan. We haven't even started that yet, but come up with our game plan and really get our guys playing in comfortable calls, and not be so wide and so broad with what we're doing to where it gives our guys too much opportunity to think before they play instead of just react.
Coach, the last couple of games, 2 weeks ago you got off the big lead, and this week you got behind a little bit. Now you meet a Sioux Falls team that, one of those teams that seems to have a perennial type of atmosphere. Is this a good measuring stick to see if you guys can jump back up and be with that kind of team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good measuring stick for sure. Kind of like we talked about when we were going into the first game against Duluth, to see where we're at, how far away we are from where their program is. They've been having a lot more success than we have. So it's not that can we go toe-to-toe with them all the way and that type of situation. It's more, can we do our jobs correctly? I think we've played through 4 games where we still aren't doing that well enough. But if we can have some success and find some successes while we're playing and then try to build on those to create that confidence, when you're 1-3, your confidence isn't real high, so we've got to be able to get them to find the small wins and victories as we go, and if we can build those up through the course of the game, then you never know what happens at the end.